Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here, and I've been using my Google Pixel XL for a little over 48 hours now, and I want to give some more impressions on the device, some things I've noticed while using this device as my daily driver. Of course, my full review will come a little bit later on, so stay tuned for that, but right now, let's go ahead and get into some more impressions. Now, to begin, I want to give a couple impressions about the design of the Pixel XL, and the first one is that when you set the device face down on a smooth surface, be careful if it's on an incline. It actually will start to slide, and I noticed that because my desk's on a bit of an incline. You'll see it starts to slowly creep down the smooth surface. Obviously, if it was at more of an incline, I'd do it a little faster, but when it is on the back of the device, that is not an issue. But if you do decide to set the device face down, it might actually creep down a smooth inclined surface. Something else to note is that the top reflective part actually has more grip to it than the bottom part. And the bottom part isn't slippery by any means, but I find that when I hold the device, I get a little bit extra grip by putting my finger up towards the top here. And in terms of design in general, I really am liking this blue color and also the back. I think the back looks very sleek. Something that I kind of am not liking is how big that chin is down at the bottom. I really wish that they had put a front-facing speaker down at the bottom in that extra space. Maybe not necessarily capacitive buttons, but a front-facing speaker to couple with a speaker up here as well. They have not. They actually decided to put the main speaker in that bottom left-hand corner. And when it comes to that speaker, it has been very mediocre, really nothing special. And I honestly wish the speaker was in the one on the right, mainly because by default, system default, when you open up a full-screen app, if I go ahead and do so now, you'll see it's going to default towards this way, and when it defaults this way, your hand easily covers up that speaker, so it's just in an awkward spot, and you kind of wish that it was up here, but I've just kind of gotten used to flipping it over and making sure that on the left side is where the speaker is and it's up above. So speaker placement not that good, and just speaker quality in general could be a lot better. Now I also want to talk about the volume buttons on the side because they feel different when you press them, and they also sound different, so listen. So you hear the difference when you press the button, and volume up actually feels a little bit more cheap than pressing volume down. Volume down, very premium. It's not cheap by any means, it's just less premium feeling when you press volume up. Power button's just fine. Volume down is very premium and fine feeling, and then volume up is just a little bit, feels kind of loose and also a little bit cheap. And the reason that I'm actually pointing this out is because it is the same on my other Pixel devices. So listen. So it's not just device specific, it actually is on the Pixel and Pixel XL. I think it's just the internal hardware, and it just feels a little bit different, just kind of something to point out. Another feature that I really like, and this is actually native to Android 7.0 Nougat, is actually the option to change your display size. And you'll see right here, display size. I have it on small right now, but you can go ahead and go to default, you can go to large, larger, or largest. So you can kind of choose and customize how large everything is on your display, and I choose small. And I can kind of see more on my display in terms of menu items and just overall apps. If I load up that app drawer, you'll see I can just kind of see a little bit more apps as opposed to when I have it on default. Now I need a little bit more time with the camera to talk about it, but I do want to actually talk about battery life because it has been great the past couple days. Easily gets me through the day. I got 5 hours screen on time this day, and then 5 hours and 21 minutes screen on time. So possibly the best battery life in any Android phone that I've personally used. Obviously need a little bit more time with it in terms of charging, in terms of just using it in different scenarios. So I'll get back to it at a later date. But so far, battery life has been fantastic on the Pixel XL. Not only that, but speed on the device has been great. Absolutely no hiccups, no stuttering when I'm playing games, doing a lot of multitasking. Everything has been very fluid and smooth. So no issues so far with that. Obviously, over time, maybe something will come up, but at the moment, there's absolutely no problems. Now, I also still haven't gotten used to the swipe up gesture to get to your app drawer on the Pixel launcher. I find myself accidentally pressing that camera icon because that is where the app drawer button usually was, but it will take a little bit of time, but I will get used to it. Now, in terms of the Google Assistant, I really haven't used it as much as I'd like to. I want to get into it a little bit more. I'll do a separate video on Google Assistant, but overall it seems to work how it should. For quick voice search, and also contextual search results. You can go ahead and go into an app such as you'll see Reddit right here. If I go ahead and press and hold on the Google Assistant and I swipe up, it's going to go ahead and read what is on my screen. You'll see Scarlett Johansson, Jennifer Lawrence, Johnny Cash, a bunch of various people will show up, and it's just reading what's on my screen. So you have both of those options, a quick voice search or contextual screen search results. And finally, one last feature that I've really started to like is the swipe down on the fingerprint scanner, and it pulls down the notification bar. And you can do it twice, and then you can actually swipe back up as well, all with your fingerprint, just because you don't want to have to reach all the way to the top of the display all the time. So you can just kind of swipe down twice if you want to edit something, or just swipe down once to get to your notifications. But overall, those are some initial impressions of the Pixel XL after 48 hours. Obviously, a review video coming soon, more coverage as well, so go ahead and click that subscribe button so you're notified. Watch out, your devices might actually slide off the table, so be careful, be wary for that. And as always, guys, I really appreciate you watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up.